Just as I shared the profile of our trainer for today, is Charles Wundengba, and he's been a teacher and a blogger and digital marketer. And we are doing some campaigning, we are doing some activism, and we need to be conscious of the fact that there might be issues of human rights abuses online and even offline. So he's going to take us through, and welcome to today's session. Thank you so much for joining us for today's session. Thanks so much, Charles, for giving us the time, also sharing your time with us on digital campaigning and media literacy. And we hope that this session will be fruitful. Charles, good morning and welcome to the Youth Development Series. This is a small platform where we are seeking to equip ourselves with some skills and also prepare ourselves enough for the election. And it's an election year, so we are looking at how best we can improve on it. And thank you so much. So thanks so much, Charles. And we have our audience now. Thank you.
Daniel, can you hear me? Is my voice clear?
Yes, please. It's very, very clear.
All right.
Crystal clear.
All right. Thank you very much. Once again, I welcome everyone to this session. We will be going through how social media or digital campaigning could help us get to where we want to get to. Because though the people we want the impact to affect sometimes may not be people who are on social media or who have access to some of these digital channels, but those who are making the decisions that will impact on these people are on social media. So if the pressure goes to them a lot, I think they will also do the needful and make sure that the right thing is done. And at the long run, decisions that are made at the top that affect those at the grassroots will not be made in the first place. So that is why digital campaigning is very important. And before we go on, I want us to know that when we talk about digital campaigning might not necessarily mean only social media, but the use of digital channels. And when we talk about digital channels, we have websites, we have search engine optimization, we have content marketing, we have mobile, and then we have the email. They are all there where we could use to promote our course. And then we have the offline channels, which are the TVs, the SMS, the radios, and then the billboards. These are the offline, but the online, that's where we have the websites, we have the SEOs, we have the emailing, and the rest. So I may ask, why do we think that even digital campaigning is very important? If in the course of the discussion, if you have a question, I don't know how you usually do it. Daniel, do you have to finish with everything before they come out with their questions, or maybe as the session goes on, they can come on with their questions? So why is social media, even at this point, or why is digital campaigning very important? All right, let me give you some few statistics. According to Statista, in 2019, the number of social media users were 2.95 billion. As of now, let's take the whole world, the number of internet users that we have now. We currently have over, we have, so I'm putting some stats on the screen for you to look at, and I think it will give us a clearer view of what I'm talking about. So if you look at this screen right now, it's giving us the number of people, that is the number of active social media population worldwide. And that number is 3.81 billion. 3.81 billion. But before that, last year, Statista, they thought, or they estimated that by the end of 2020, we are going to have 3.08 billion social media users. That is what they estimated. But we are in the first quarter. We just ended the first quarter of 2020, and we have already hit 3.81 billion. 3.81 billion. And these are a number of people who are active. These are not people who come and then they go and they come when they want to. These are people who are very active social media users. So if we are going to have this number and you want to reach out to a target group, you want to reach out to your president. Even these days, our presidents are on social media, on Facebook, they are on Instagram, they are on Twitter. They are doing all they need for. So if last year, Statista estimated that we are going to have 3.08 billion social media users, but as of now, we have 3.81 billion of them, which is more than 20% of the estimation that they made. Now, putting that aside, these people, out of the 3.81 billion, which includes you and I, we are always active on social media. Out of that, 3.76 billion of this number are using their mobile phones to be on social media. Now, why did I need to mention this? The reason why this is necessary is because if more people are using their smartphones to browse, if more people are using smartphones to attend to these social media platforms, what it means is that wherever these people are, they don't need to be in their offices, they don't need to be in their home before you can reach out to them. Even when they are in a car, for example, you go to work, you close, you are in your trotro or whatever, or your own car, your taxi, and you are going to your house, you'll be looking on your phone. So the message that we want to put across can be gotten to you wherever you are. All right. Now, furthermore, we say out of these people, out of these 3.781 billion active users of social media, Facebook is leading. And when I say Facebook is leading, I mean Facebook is number one when it comes to these figures. And Facebook has 2.498 billion social users, active users. I'm only talking about active users. 2.498 billion. Out of that number, that's for Facebook. Then YouTube have 2 billion users. WhatsApp has 2 billion users. Facebook Messenger has 1.36 billion users. WeChat 1.16. Instagram 1 billion. Twitter 386 million. Snapchat 398 million. And then Pinterest 366 million. I'm informing you all this because I want you to get a clearer view of the number of people you could reach if you decide to carry out your campaign digitally. Now, if I ask you, or if I give you a product, or if I give you a campaign, if I ask you to convince 10 people to sign a petition, and I create a petition at change.org, and I ask you to convince 10 people to sign, you might be able to reach out to that 10 people. If I ask you to convince 100 people, if I ask you to convince 1,000 people, it will be very difficult for you. If I ask you to convince 5,000 people, where are you going to find them? If I ask you to convince 200,000 people, where are you going to find these people? Only on social media. So digitally, we have a very huge space where we can get to the number of people we want to get to, where we don't need to move to them in their homes, because whatever we are doing online, they can have it or they can see it from wherever they are. All right. Now, there are some things that we do on social media or digitally that prevents our brand from going far. And let's look at some of these things. If you don't put these things in order, you might be having a very good campaign message, but people will not accept it. And one thing you should know, let me clear this doubt. Having many followers on social media doesn't make you a good campaigner. Having many followers on social media doesn't make you a good campaigner, because on social media, you can buy followers. On Facebook, you can buy followers. Building strong organic following when I speak about organic following, I mean when you are convincing other people, when other people are following you based on what they have seen you do, rather than you promoting the page and asking Facebook to come and like the page, to sell the page to other people for them to come and like. You know, there are two different things: promotion and then boosting. And let me put that one. I think I have the screen here. Let me put that one here for you. Please, if the terms I'm using are very technical, someone could just draw my attention so that we look at how we can manage with that. If the terms are very technical.
All right, we will. We'll use the chat session or raise our hands. I'm sure they will. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Now, the difference between the promoting your page, boosting your page, and people liking your page organically. When you are promoting your page, that is what I want to get it and put it out on the screen for you to have a look at it. Difference between promotion of a page and then boosting of a page, and then the organic aspect of it. Okay, all right, I think I have it here. So I'm going to share that screen right away. Okay. All right, so as you can see, now what is reach, impressions, and promotion? But I'm interested at the promotion aspect alone because I'm using that to explain something to you. Promotion is when you ask Facebook to show your page to many people at a cost. So you can pay like $100 to Facebook. That Facebook, I want you to show my post or my page to a lot of people. So for example, if you are running a page for your organization, you can buy followers. So you pay Facebook like $100, $50, $10, and this is something I've been doing a lot for many people. So you ask Facebook that, okay, I'm willing to pay you $100. I'm willing to pay $50. Now I want you to show my page to more people. Then Facebook will show that page to a lot of people, and some of them will like, others will not like, some will just pass by and move on. But organically, if you are getting the followers organically, like they visit your page, and then they realize that the content you are writing there is very interesting, or the campaign you are organizing is something nice that they should follow, and they themselves will come and follow your page. These people are usually the dedicated ones. Because since they came and followed your page on their own world, you didn't force them. It's very hard for them to leave. But those who pay Facebook to get, they are usually very easy to lose them. I'm not saying buying followers is bad. It's not buying like literally you just give their money to Facebook and Facebook just push people to your page. No, people just have to see it, then they decide for themselves whether they will want to follow your page or not. All right. Now, usually when we are, let me end the share and let's go back. So usually when we are doing this kind of promotion, or if you want to create a very strong brand for yourself, now look at this. Don't create a Facebook page. Don't create a Facebook account for a page that you think you are going to use for campaigning. For example, the name of this group, I think, is Virtual Advocacy Workshop. All right. And then I want to organize a virtual advocacy workshop, and I want to create a page for it. Some people will just go and create a Facebook account, and then you have to send friend requests to the account before they accept. And that is never done. Don't let people send friend requests to your what do we call a Facebook account that you are using for your business or for your campaign. People have to send friend requests for you to accept before they can join. That is not the best way to do it. If you want to embark on a campaign, create a page that will portray what you are going to do about, and then start telling people about it. It should be a page where people will go and like. It shouldn't be something that people have to go and then send friend requests before they should be able to join. Now, aside that, some of us have a lot of different characters on social media. For example, I wake up every day and I sit there just lambasting the president, lambasting the president, lambasting the president. Now, once you start to take that point and people see you that you are somebody who always speaks negative about the president, a time will come that if you give your objective view about something which is against the president, though it is objective, people will still ignore it. Those who trust in the president and maybe they are MPP supporters will reject it. Why? Because you don't speak anything good about the president. So it is not it's not news if you say that what the president is doing is bad. If we want people to follow our campaign, putting aside all political sides, let's not take a strong political view when we are on social media. If you take a very strong, there are a lot of people whose campaigns were politicized because of some stance they had previously. So, for example, you are starting, you want to put pressure on the government to pass a bill. Okay, you want to put pressure on the government to pass a bill that will benefit some people at the grassroots, or you want to put pressure on your MP in your area to cancel some cultures or traditions that are going against the girl child, or some people are being stigmatized and you want the big men in the town to come into your aid or to make decisions. Let's see these people as partners when it comes to development. They shouldn't be our enemies. We shouldn't target them always just putting throwing punches, insulting. If you take that stand, it will be very difficult for those who support that political party or that particular politician from joining your cause. So make it look very objective. Look at the issues. Don't look at the individuals. Don't say, oh, this MP, he's married to 3 women, so there's no way that if you want to bring out a case against him or against people, against polygamy, he will not support. No. Just look at the issue. What are the effects of polygamy? Negative, positive. All right. So how do we deal with the negative aspect? How do we deal with the positive? And how do we push the positive aspects to move on? If we put the issues aside, bring an individual, dress that individual up, and people begin to know that we are against somebody. When you start your campaign, such people can fight against you easily, and they can bring your campaign down. Remember, there were some campaigns some previous years ago. I think that was before 2016, when Occupy, was it Occupy Flagstaff House? Or if you remember,
Occupy Ghana.
Occupy Ghana.
We had Let My Vote Count. There were a series of them.
Okay, yes. Very good. Now, some of these campaigns, they vanished when another political power came. Now, if let's say tomorrow or in our next election, NDC wins again, and these people rise up again with their campaigns, we will see them to be politically motivated. That is how people judge you. Then they can judge you that easily and collapse your campaign. Because if you are silent when somebody does something, and you are very vocal when another person does the same thing, it means you are taking a side. But in campaigning, you don't take a side. You are not a political party. All that you want is for the grassroots to benefit from some decisions or some policies that you want to be implemented. And these guys, these big guys at the top, there are people we cannot do away with. There are people we cannot do away with. I remember in 2016, 2015, 2016 then, when the previous government was in power, I was very active doing some things and Boise here, because there were some issues happening which were not good, and we were trying to solve them. And they hated us. The MP wasn't even the MP. The MP belonged to the opposition party then, but the municipal chief executive, they stood up against us, lambasted us, and then the NPP at the time, they were very happy because they were in opposition. They were happy, wow, guys, you are doing great, you are doing great. Now NPP came to power. We continued pushing on, and when the going got tough for them, they started complaining, and they started to say, okay, these guys are even NDC people. But at the time they were in opposition, they said
we were anti-NDC because the fight that we were fighting, it was in their favor. Now, when their party came to power and the fight was going against them, they said, okay, these people belong to NDC. And then these people also are pushing, okay, go on, go on, go on. That is how people deal with politics in this country. If you want to be objective, they will always tag you to a political party, but be consistent. Okay, be consistent. Your consistency will show whether you belong to a particular party or not. Because I remember one time, let me use this example. There was this meeting I went, it was a town hall meeting, and the MC was supposed to meet some chiefs, media, a lot of people to discuss on some development issues going on in the municipality. And I was invited, so I went. We waited for 2 hours. The MC was not coming. So I started, posting on Facebook about this thing. This is the power of social media, okay? You might think they are not seeing it, but they are. I started tweeting. I started posting on Facebook. Why should you organize a program, a town hall meeting? You said 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, we were there. 11 o'clock, that you came. And I took a snapshot. I took a picture of the place, and then I posted it on Facebook with that caption there. And come and see lambasting from the party boys who were with him. They lambasted. He came, he gave an excuse that he was having a different meeting elsewhere. And I asked, why should you schedule a meeting at 9 and at that same 9 p.m., you decide to have another meeting again? And they were lambasting easy. So in the evening, I was there around 8. When I got a WhatsApp message from the MC, Charles, since I came to power, you have been against me, and you never said anything good about me, this and that and that and that and that and that, a lot of things. And I replied him back. I said, Honorable, the pressure that was on the previous government that you were even praising, even in your acceptance speech as MC, you mentioned my name, you mentioned some few people's name, thanking us for the good job you were doing. Now, we are continuing doing the same good job, but because it is against you, you are crying and you think we hate you. And I said the pressure, even you haven't received even 10% of it. Because for you, sometimes we even write good things and then you might not even be aware because we are not doing this for money. But if you do something good, we write. If you do something bad, we write about it. And he said, we have been doing this for a while. And he's a media guy. He has been a media guy too. And the attack is too much. And I said, look on and do your work. We are outside and we are making sure that the right thing is being done. If we are doing the right thing, let's forget about the rest. And, from time to time, we message. But still, when there's something comes out, I criticize him. If he does good, I will say it. Be objective. Don't let this politician take advantage, because when you start creating a strong digital presence or online presence for yourself, if you start creating a strong online presence for yourself, people will begin to attack you or take advantage of your platform, because they know that the people that you have following you, if you say something, they will do. No, let's take ourselves for example. There are some people that if I talk, they will never listen, they will never take it serious. But if Mavis Ayer says it, they will take it serious. There are some people that if Mavis Ayer speaks to them, they will not listen. But if Ferdinand Tiakon talks, they will. Or maybe Kwame Andrews, or maybe Victoria Kwenu, Stella Dali, me, Lankwe. You see, you all have people that they listen to you. And even if the president goes to them and talks to them, they will still come to you for confirmation. And that is the advantage we have as digital campaigners. You appeal to the emotions of the people. Reach out to them, because the brand you are creating, you are letting them to trust you. That's what I'm saying. That if you are on social, be objective. Whatever you are doing, be objective. This year we are going to election. If a politician knows that you have a huge following, they will come to you. They might want to take advantage of that. They might ask you to maybe be a little bit soft on their people. I remember in 2016, there was going to be, when the election was about to come on, the Ashanti Regional Minister, there was a forum in Obuasi here, and he came and he spoke, and I was on Facebook. I was criticizing him. For the things he was mentioning, those which were liars and those which were true. I was just separating them. So if he says also, okay, this is true, Honorable, you did well. No, this is not true, Honorable, that is not true. That's not the truth on the ground. So let's do the right thing. So after the show, that day, I wasn't even at the program. I was in the house. But my other colleague was there. He was updating from that end. And I was in the house, then sifting between this information, looking out for the truth, and then for the negative, which were the ones which were not true. So after the program, he told my friend to call me so that we come and see him. So I went. When I went there were a lot of media guys around. And when he saw me, he said, "Hey, Charles, I'm Ashanti Regional Minister, what? And I will become a Sano." And he meant it because he's a big man, the whole Ashanti Regional Minister. And I was lambasting him. I said, Honorable, and yes, how? The truth is this, and the lies are this. Now, he's no more Ashanti Regional Minister. But when I post something on Facebook, he likes it. He shares it. Because he knows the pressure I was putting on him when he was in power. I didn't just hate him because I'm putting the same pressure on the current government. So if these people begin to know that you are very objective, your yes is your yes, your no is your no, you are not doing it for the sake of money, they'll begin to consider your brand as a threat. Yes, they'll begin to see your brand as a threat. I have over, okay. He said, please, how will you know your campaign is effective? Is it when it trends or by the number of likes or what? I'll come to that. For likes, Ferdinand, forget. Likes, people can buy likes. So let's put that one even aside. Now, I have over 110,000 followers on Facebook alone. I have over 73,000 followers on Twitter. So if I tweet something, I know how far it is going. If I share something on my wall, I know how far it's going. And that will land me at Ferdinand Tiokon's question. Now, Ferdinand, there are a lot of people who are seeing the things you are posting on Facebook, but they are never liking it. That is why when you are organizing a campaign, don't look at the likes. Look at people who took action. So, for example, if we are going to organize a campaign on Facebook, on social media, sometimes we attach a form, a link to a form on Google Forms, where somebody can just read and then click on the link, and the link will open to the Google Forms, and they will fill something up. That shows that they are trying to take action on what you are doing. So, for example, if you want to join our campaign, click here and do it. If you are able to gather these people, you get their email addresses, you get their names, you get their locations, you get their contacts. So anytime you have another campaign, you can reach out to them. So the effectiveness of your campaign is not by the number of likes, because 1,000 people could see your campaign. They'll be happy about the campaign, but they'll never like it. They will never like it. Just take yourself, for example. Go on Facebook or on Instagram or on Twitter and start scrolling down your timeline. You'll be scrolling down your time. You see a lot of things. You read some of them you don't read. And most of those you read or you don't read, you don't even like them. You just scroll by and then go your way. So what you do on social media is how other people are doing when they visit social media platforms. So a lot of people will see your campaign. They'll be very happy with your campaign, but they will never comment. They will never share, and they will never like. So how far it goes, for example, the trend, if it's able to trend, then obviously the success rate is high. Getting more shares, I prefer getting more shares than getting more likes. If you have a post or you are promoting a campaign online, it's good to have more shares than to have more likes. Because, for example, if I put something on my timeline, and then, okay, let's say Mavis I put something on her timeline, and then Ferdinand shares it. Ferdinand, you share it to your Facebook timeline. What it means is that if Ferdinand has 3,000 friends, maybe 1,000 of them or 500 of them will see the post that Mavis I made. Though they may not take action now. You see, campaigning is like advertising. If you see, if there's an advert on TV about cement and then roofing sheet and iron rod, maybe because you don't want to build a house now, or maybe you don't have a, in the foreseeable future, in the next 5 years, you don't have any plans of building, you might not take that advert serious. But once they continue showing, the day you decide to buy roofing sheet, the day you decide to buy iron rods, the day you decide to build, they are the first people you will call, because they have kept showing their product to you. They have kept showing it to you. So when you post something on Facebook and people are not liking it, don't worry. More people are seeing it. And once they continue seeing it, as they continue seeing, it is telling them a message. A time will come when they decide to take an action, they will consider the campaign you organize. That is why I advise that you use a page rather than your Facebook profile. Because if you use a page, we have an app called Facebook Analytics. You can use that Facebook Analytics to know the number of people who sees every post you make. Let me give you a very practical one over here of how people sees, how you can know how many people are seeing the post you are making on Facebook. If you are using your your usual Facebook account, you'll not be seeing this information. But if you are using, what do we call it? If you are using if you have created an app, so this page I'm opening up for you is my Facebook page. My Facebook page. So I'm going to share that screen here and then we look at it. It's my Facebook page. So let's look at this page. Okay. I hope everybody can see it well. Now this page, you see actions on page. It tells you page views, how many people view the page in the last 4 days, page previews, and then you come to post reach, the post that you made in the week, how many people did the post reach? So the page reach here can see 57,034. This is a page reach. And then post engagement, how many people directly or indirectly engaged your post? This is here, 7,063 people engaged in that post. Now, we can open up more into this. Let's look at this part too. If you look at the post reach, you see that this is, let's look at the date here, 24th April 2020. Organic reach, how many people saw your post? 19,351. That is organic. That means you didn't boost it, you didn't post anything. It's just you made a post and you made the post, but you didn't boost it, and people saw it. Now let's look here. Here are the total page followers as of today. I have 187,000 followers on Facebook. Now these followers, at what times are they usually on Facebook? You can use the same thing. Look at this one here. Look at this. If you look at this table right here, look at where I've placed the cursor. You see 26,997. Now that 26,997, they are online usually around 1 p.m. And this 1 p.m. is not Ghanaian time. If you look at it, it's around 8 p.m. in Ghana. 8 p.m., but they are using their European time. So if you look at the time, there are some times that people are not even online. Look at this big valley here. At this time, there are only 4,949, and it is usually around 11 a.m. in the morning. That means a lot of my followers are not on Facebook around this time. So if I want to post something, if I want my campaign to sell, I don't have to post it at this time. I don't know if the understanding is clear here. I don't have to post it at this time because Once you make a post at this time, the number of people who are available at that time are very few, 4,994. But if you look at big, this big mountain here, or this big hill here, 26,997 at the same time online around 8 p.m. every evening. And on this place, you look at the top here. If I open it, you look at the top here, the days. On Sundays, I have 70,000 people who comes online. On Monday, 69,958. On Tuesday, 70,000. On Wednesday, 70,000. Thursdays. So usually it's Mondays that I have like few people, less or a little bit fewer people online. Aside that, you can also look at how people are responding. What kind of content are people responding to? If you look at here, you see video here. Look at the video section. Average reach is 3,720. That means if I post something and it is a video, it reaches 3,720 people. That's according to the number of followers I have. It might differ from yours too. If I post something which is just a status without adding any post, without adding any video or any picture, it reaches 1,133. If I add only a picture, 1,000. If I share a video, 625. And if I post a link, 485. These are how people are reaching out. So that means that on my page, I need to post more videos. In this case, if you're a campaigner, you will decide, okay, then most of the campaigns I'm doing, why don't I do them in form of video? I speak out, I record, and I share them on YouTube, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, because most of my followers, they like it when I post video content. All right. I don't know if this is okay here. So I'm going to leave this screen and then let's come back to where we were. So I believe the question that Ferdinand you asked, you have an answer to that. Victoria Kwenu, you are welcome again. So Ferdinand, I believe your question has been answered, right? All right, so let's move on from there. Now, if, as I started explaining, if we know where the people we are trying to reach out to, where they are, the social media platform they are. For example, I want to push an agenda, and let's say the finance minister is not on Facebook, he's on Twitter. Go on Twitter and tag him. Go on Twitter and tag him. Let's keep them, on their toes. Go on Twitter and tag that minister and tag that politician and tag that person who is pushing for the policy which will not favor a lot of people to happen, or who is pushing policies that are against the campaign. For example, if it's 350 Ghana and we don't want the government to construct a coal power plant in Ghana here, and I decide to make a tweet about it, if I decide to make a post about it, if I go on Twitter, one, I can tag the minister, I can tag other campaigners who are fighting the same battle I'm also fighting, and I can even tag the president if he's online. Ferdinand says, please, all of the social media apps you mentioned, which is highly recommended for a digital campaign, effective ones. And then campaigns are serious business and content is key, but I'm told that to get interactions, a post should be equally fun. How do you combine both in a campaign? Well, let me tell you this. A post needs to be fun, that is okay, but I don't think it should necessarily be fun. The campaign you're organizing, for example, if it is about to stop killing of innocent girls in a region or in a district, you don't necessarily need it to be fun. It needs to be catchy. At the onset, I said something that appealed to the emotions. Appeal to the emotions of your followers. Don't just try to create something that will be happy about. It shouldn't be something appeal to their emotions. I remember there was this campaign that started. I think it was about rape. And there was this act of a girl, and somebody was covering her mouth, and then tears were just, dropping down, and it was so emotional. These campaigns, it kicks people and puts them on their toes, and they start doing something. It shouldn't necessarily be fun. It should, what they should do is that maybe from time to time, you don't have to always post serious, issues only. Sometimes you can bring in some, something soft for them to laugh about, or something for them to enjoy about. It shouldn't always be about serious business, serious issues, and the rest. But once a post is going to be a serious one, it should be a serious one. It's going to be a fun one. It should be a fun one. Yesterday, one guy came to my place here, and he wanted to record a video about, he wanted to go into entertainment news, and I asked him to sit down and then we record, and he said no, he wanted to stand because he will be making an action. And I asked him, do you want to be a type of entertainment reviewer who people will see as a comedian, or you want to be that serious kind of entertainment reviewer where people will see that whatever that this guy says, that is final? We shouldn't let the fun aspect take over the main purpose of which our campaign is being created. Because when you are dealing with politicians, when you are dealing with people in power, it's not fun, because they can easily take you away. If you're a threat to them, there are some countries you cannot even do this. If you organize a campaign and it is against the government in power, you will get vanished. So we need to be very careful when we go into campaigning, and know that it's a serious thing. As we said, campaigns are serious business, and content is key. How do you get content from the grassroots? How do you get people engaged without them even knowing that they are doing it? Because once they share, they are engaging. And once they share, there are people on their timelines who will also share because they trust in whatever that those people share. Because if you share content on your wall and I share, I get people to like it on my wall. I get people to also share it from my wall. People you may not even know them, directly. So that is how it should be. Now, all the social media platforms I've mentioned, which one is highly recommended for a digital campaign? I will say Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Instagram is so perfect for campaigns, but Instagram people don't read. They just look at the message, they just look at the images. So if your campaign will do more of short videos and images, I think Instagram will do you a lot of good. But if you want to explain to people the relevance of what you are doing and how far the impact of what you are doing is going, I think Facebook will help you a lot. Because Twitter still have a limit of 240 characters. So you cannot explain a lot of things on Twitter. It must not be more than 240. So currently, I will mention that you should use Facebook if you want your reach to go very far, because there are a lot of people on Facebook than any other social media platform. Twitter, if you want to involve the big men because they are very active there. Then Instagram, if you are making use of a lot of short videos and then images. And then LinkedIn is usually business centered. So your campaigns will sell, you get donors, you'll be able to get people who support your campaign financially and all that stuff. So they all have their advantages. All of these have their advantages. Now you are asking, new development series, Danny, you are asking, what's the role of social media influencers in supporting campaigns? Yes, social media influencers. Okay, let me give you this statistics here. I have one statistics here about influencers, and I want you to look at it. I think that one will really help you a lot. So there's a statistics that shows that many people buy products online, or they take decisions based on what other people has suggested. All right. All right, so I have it here. Let me share that screen so that you see it. Now, looking at this screen, it says that influencers help build brand trust. And what it says that 49% of consumers depend on influencer recommendations on social media. 49% of consumers, they depend on influencer recommendations on social media. What does it mean here? What it means is that when somebody tells, if somebody with a higher number of followers, if you go to Instagram, for instance, people are charging 30,000 Ghana cedis to promote brands or to promote products on social media. That's why these days, you know, some of these young ladies, they just wake up every day, they make dance videos, they twerk, and then they go and share them on Instagram. Because when they twerk and they get more followers, brands will contact them to promote their brands for them. And they make a lot of money from it. People are charging as high as 30,000 Ghana cedis to promote brands on Instagram alone. So brand influencers are very necessary. They carry a certain level of power. For example, let's take Shatawale. Shatawale is a musician. Okay, he has huge following. Now, if Shatawale posts you on your on his timeline and then asks his followers to follow you because you're a loyal fan, within 24 hours, you not believe the number of followers you will get because people trust him. Now, all of us are influencers in our own small way, but there are bigger influencers, people with a lot of followings that if they sell the campaign to other people, they will buy it. Now, this is a typical example. In 2012, I was passing through a lot of issues, so I decided that okay, I wanted to leave social media, but I didn't keep it in my head. I wrote it on Facebook that I'm leaving social media and I may not be coming back. I made that post, and then after 3 days, you know, I couldn't actually leave because you know, social media was part of me. But I said it though, and I meant it at the time I said it. So after 3 days, I came back and I made a post. Then a guy came and commented under the post that, Charles, you made me to almost also leave social media. Because when you said you were leaving, I thought there was something wrong with being on social media. So I wanted to also leave. That is how far brand influencers could go. That's how far influencers they could go. Because you say one thing and everybody thinks it is the truth. So if you want people to believe in your brand, you can sell it to other influencers who have the followers. And it will be easy for you to carry out anything you want to do. Because there are people who have never met Shatawale before, but they are willing to die for him. There are people who have never met Amir Debra before, but they are willing to die for him. There are people who have never met Zion Felix before, but they are willing to die for him. And that is how far the influencers could send your brand. They tell people, jump. And all that the followers ask is how far. They don't even answer, okay, what if I die? Or what if this doesn't work? No. They just ask, how far do you want me to jump? And then they go. So influencers are very necessary. At least in your campaign, get one of these influencers. And then if you want to get them without doing away with a lot of money, get people who are already in the same campaign, who share similar views as yours. If they don't share similar views as yours, they will charge you to post it. But if they believe in what you are doing, for example, if I believe in the campaign you are carrying out, I can just share it on my wall for free for you. If I believe in the campaign you are organizing, I can do a blog post about it free of charge for you. And that is why I'm saying that go talk to people, talk to influencers who agree with your concept, who accept whatever you are doing, and they want to also get involved. Because there are a lot of us who want to get involved in campaigns, but probably we don't see other people already in it, and we are also much occupied. So it becomes very difficult for us to go on searching for people to support their campaigns. It's how can one stay safe on social media without your human rights being violated? Once you are a digital campaigner and you are against powerful people, your human rights will definitely at one point in time be violated by these guys. They don't care. Politics is dirty. Politics is dirty. And they don't care. They don't mind to release even your naked pictures on social media just to prove a point for people to say this guy cannot be trusted. But as I said, be consistent, or keep your integrity. Don't let them be moving you around. Every time politicians will just be directing you on what to do or what to say. If you do that, definitely a lot of people will start attacking you, and they will violate your human rights. But be consistent in what you are doing. Don't sound too political. Tackle issues. Don't attack individuals. It's a campaign, and that person you are attacking today could be the one who will be helping your campaign to move forward tomorrow. Because, for example, if I want to get something to the president, it's easier for me to pass it through my MP. So if the issues you are looking at is just aimed at attacking the MP, attacking MP, it will be very difficult for that person to come and support you. Now, can you want secure his or her social media account leading digital campaigns? Sure, for securing your account, a lot of people, their passwords on social media is just their date of birth, or their mother's names, or names of their girlfriends. So if somebody could just guess this information, they can easily hack your account. Let's make our accounts very difficult to hack. And you see, be very careful when you are online, because sometimes our email address, the password we use, we are using the same password for Twitter. We are using the same password for Facebook. We are using the same password on Instagram. We are using the same password to visit a site online. So if one of these sites is being hacked, if one of these sites gets hacked, it's easier for them to penetrate into the rest of your account. So be careful the passwords you use. Don't use one password for a lot of sites, so that it makes you stay safe. And also, that's why I'm saying that get a page. If you get a page, you can add other people as administrators. So for example, 350 Ghana reducing our carbon, our social media page. Danny is an administrator there. Patience is administrator. I'm administrator. Our coordinators, 2 coordinators are all administrators. Don't make this like your personal business, so everything should be you. People who share in your vision, that you trust, that they agree with what you are doing, make one of them an administrator, not an editor, an administrator, so that if your account, your main profile gets hacked, that person could just manage the page or add you back when you get a new account. Because there were times on Facebook that my account had an issue, though now it has been released. Facebook said somebody tried to access it, so they blocked it. And I tried getting in, and it was very difficult for me. And my Facebook account was off from August of 2020. It was July ending of 2020 to November 2019 to November of 2019. Imagine. So I had to create a new account and then work on it. And later on, Facebook released my main account for me. So had I not made other people administrators on my other pages, how could I have updated these pages? So that is one problem, that people, they think the campaign is mine, so I should be the only person doing everything on the side. No, that is very risky. Then Stella is asking, can you run several campaigns under one brand? For instance, do you have to create a Facebook page for each campaign you run, or one page is enough for a number of campaigns? Yes, one page is enough for a number of campaigns. You don't need to create a separate account for for every campaign you want to organize. Because if you do that, what happens is that maybe I create a page for to fight deforestation. Now I get maybe 100 followers, or I get 200 followers. Then I want to go into child trafficking. Then I create another page for child trafficking, starting from 0, and I have to get followers up to that. And I want to embark on this. Just get one page. That's why usually good if you have a name for that camp, or you can create your own personal Facebook page. For example, Mavis I, or let's take Stella Dali. So Stella, you can create a Facebook page with your name, Stella Dali. Then you can be using that page to carry out all your campaigns. I think that is even more safer. You use that page to carry out all your campaigns. So every campaign, you don't need to create. So all that you need to do is create an event. You create an event for the campaign you want to organize. And by using Social Bright or the event creation tool on Facebook, you can create an event and people will determine whether they want to attend the training or not. It can help people. You can even get emails, addresses, and then their telephone numbers of people who are interested. That is how 350 we did some time ago when we wanted to organize a program. I created an event on Facebook and we boosted the event, and people who wanted to attend, they click, they write their names, their telephone numbers, and they leave their email addresses. So as time was getting closer, we were sending them message updates. So we sent some messages on WhatsApp, we sent some emails, and even we contact some directly on social media to discuss with them how we can get them to attend the program. So these are some ways that you can use your event page on Facebook for that. But all this, you don't need different pages for it. You just suffer because you give a lot of difficult times trying to combine or to run all these campaigns, and even getting more followers to follow. Because once your personal page, Stella Dali, is able to get about 5,000 followers or 2,000 followers, you are rest assured that if you make a post on your wall, half of this or even 10% of these 5,000, which is 500, will be able to see it. And that's the algorithm that Facebook is running now. There are a lot of issues with this, but they are running it for business, so you cannot criticize them much. If you post something, they show it to less than 20% of people of your page likes. So it's something else altogether. I remember when I was having about 9,000 followers, you could make a post and it will reach about 1,000 people or 2,000 people. I got about 50,000, and that even dropped far lower. You make a post and it is reaching, a lower number of people. And what could also help is that posting at the right time and then posting relevant content could also help people to get more engaged. And then he said, okay, all right. Now you can also, in securing your account on Facebook, I think you can use the two-step approach. Now, the two-step approach, what happens is that, for example, I am using that two-step approach on my WhatsApp. So if I want to log into my WhatsApp account, if my phone gets lost, I have to log into my WhatsApp account. I cannot just enter the number, and once they confirm the number, then I just open. No. If I confirm the number, they will still need a verification. They'll still need a verification. So they either send a message to my email, or I have to verify by using the Google Authenticator. And now it has come on Facebook too, where you can use the two-step. And I think I'll have to take you through that information shortly, and it will help you to know how to. Okay, so I have the screen here. I'm using my own account, and I want to show you how you go about that. For example, let's take this. If you look at this screen right now, if you go on Facebook, you just need to go to this part and you click on your settings. If you click on settings, it will give you general security and login, and you click on security and login. On security and login, you will see where you have logged in from, your password if you want to change it. And you see something here, two-factor authentication. This two-factor authentication will help you to choose ways you want to use to confirm your account anytime you are trying to log in. So for example, you can edit this. I think I'm coming. Give me a second. Wow, my password. All right, it's very complicated. Okay, so this two-factor authentication. Look at the options here. You can use the authentication app. Is here. That's the name here. You can use the authentication app. So you receive a login code on the authentication app anytime you want to log in. And you can use a security key. If you have a universal second factor security key, you can log in via USB or NFC. And then you can use recovery code. And these codes, use recovery codes to log in if you lose your phone or you can't receive a verification code via text message or an authentication app. So these are three ways that you can back up your account, or you can use to protect your account from people who might want to hack into it. Maybe right after this session, you might want to go and take a look at it. And if all that you have done is to just log in with your password, then please change it. Because once they get your password, they're able to log into your account. They can do anything they want on it. They can use anything they want, and it will make it very difficult for you because they can use it to post irrelevant stuff. These days, you have realized that people were being hacked, their people's accounts were being hacked, and they use them to post pornographic materials on their walls, and that is very dangerous. All right. And then Kwame Andrew says, I use my personal page for my campaign. At a point, I reach my limit of friends requests and have to convert it to a page. Do you think that is the right way? Your personal page, I think you mean your personal profile that you have on Facebook. Yes, as I started with, I said, create a page. Once you want to start a campaign, create a page. Don't wait till a lot of people start following you. And then you say, oh, no, I've reached my 5,000 limit. Then let me go and start a page. You have a profile. There's a difference between your profile and a page. Your profile account is the one you just create with your face. You just create your email address. But the page, you don't need your email address. You just have to go to page, create a new page, and then you start from there. And I think I have that option here. I think I might have to show you that one too. Let me share that screen here for Kwame Andrews, Kwame Daklo. All right, Kwame Andrews Daklo, to get a clearer picture of what I mean. So let's come here. If you look at this page here, if you look at this account here, you can easily, if you go up here, look at the options that are here. All these are pages I am in. So you can click on see more, and it will show you all the pages that I'm managing or you are managing. So these are all pages over here. All right. Now, and you come to create a page. So you click on create a page, and then you just, whether it's a business brand or a community or a personal profile or a personal page, you just do that. So business or brand, community or public figure. So if it is your personal Facebook page you are creating, it could be a public figure or individual. So you just go to get started and you create your page, and that will be it. I think that makes it easier for us rather than when we try to create pages, or when we try to use our own Facebook accounts or profiles, and it gets to a point that you realize a lot of people are trying to join the campaign, but now they getting the following, but now they cannot follow me, or they can only follow me, they cannot like, or they cannot send me friend requests because I've reached the 5,000 people. Who knows? Maybe if at the time you had only 2,000 people, followers on 2,000 friends on your Facebook account, if you have created your account or your Facebook page, probably maybe the 3,000 people who joined later on to get to the 5,000, they would have liked your page, and you would have had about 3,000 followers on your page by now, and your campaign would have been moving on smoothly. So my advice, once you have the idea and you're a campaigner, whether you have 1 follower or 2 followers, please get your Facebook page and start with it. When you post on your Facebook page, I have this article here which I might share with you in the chat section, how you can use social media to in advocacy, how you can use social media in advocacy. I wrote it some time ago, and I think I wrote it some time ago, and there are a lot of things that might have changed. I wrote it about two years ago. Yes, a lot of things might have changed, but it's still very relevant. So I'm sharing the document. I'm sharing the file at the chat section. You can just download it to your phone or to your PC if you are using any of it, and then you can just look through and see how it is. Yes, and see how this thing works. And I have even the post on Facebook, so I can even also send you the link. You can just check it out from there too straight away. I think, yes, I think I'll rather do that for you so that you can read. If after reading, if you have any question, or if you have any question about what is there, you can just comment, and then I will respond accordingly. So I'm sharing the link right now. I wrote it in 2017, but I also did some changes on it and posted it last year. Yes, so just check at the chat session. I'm posting it there for you right now. I'm posting the link there for you right now. So the link is there. You can just click on that link in the chat session, and it will lead you to where the article is, and you can easily read it, and then whatever you don't understand, you can just comment with your question, and I'll just answer it. Yes. So that is it. I'm giving you two links. So it is there. Just click on one of the links, and it will send you to the page. The title of that particular thing, that particular subject is how to do advocacy with social media. How to carry out advocacy on social media, and it gives you some of these tips. So if you have a social media page, you want to carry out an advocacy, I think after posting even on your own, maybe your page has only 20 people. So after posting on your page, you can share it to your Facebook wall, share it into groups that has a lot of followers. And then these people, as they engage with it, as they share, it also get to a lot of people. He said, is there any danger trying to do your advocacy on your own personal page? No, there's no danger trying to do advocacy. It depends. The danger, it depends on what the advocacy is about. What is it about? Is it attacking people? Is it no, will it go against some politicians, and do you think they might want to fight back? That is when, because if you have a page, and for example, I'm Charles Wundengba, but the page, I name my page Youth Development Series. Who knows the person behind Youth Development Series? So I'm safer when I'm campaigning behind that name than when I'm campaigning behind the name Charles Wundengba. Because the moment you mention Charles Wundengba, everybody knows you. They know where you stay. They know what they can do to you. They know your parents. They know your siblings. So if it becomes very critical, they will come after you. But if I'm behind Youth Development Series, who knows that Danny, maybe few people who knows a lot about youth development, they might know that, okay, Danny is part of them. But if you don't know, you don't know. And it will be very difficult for people to attack you or to cause any harm, bodily harm to you. So that is it for that, Victoria Kwenu. All right. So let me now accept your questions as you go on. I will have to end very soon because I have other series of meetings at 11:30, and I have about 14 minutes more. There are a lot that we need to do, and I will send you a presentation that I did recently at GIMPA about how to use digital marketing to promote your business. And though it is not, I think you can still learn some things from how businesses are using digital platforms to promote their business, and you can learn some few things from it. In the same way, to also use it to promote your campaigns. All right. So I'm sharing the file to the, so okay, I've shared it right now, so you can just check there. It's uploading using digital marketing to promote your campaigns. All right. All right. Oh, I think, yeah, I think the thing I posted was private. Sorry. I'm posting it to general for you, those who couldn't have, who didn't see it. All right. I'm doing that again for you. Okay. So anonymous, seeing your name not popping up, and that's what I explained earlier. I think if you don't want people to know you are the one, hide behind your campaign, hide behind a certain name. Don't go out with your own name. Maybe the issues you are raising are very sensitive. It's better you don't go with your name. That maybe I'm Kwame Andrews Dakru, and I'm the one who wants this bill to be cancelled. It shouldn't be passed at Parliament because if it is passed, it's going to do this and that and that and that and that. And you know that there are powerful people who are backing that bill. That is, you put your life at risk. But if you decide, okay, let's use youth development series, and I'm hiding behind youth development series, there are a lot of people who are doing a lot of things behind names that we don't know. And it helps them. It helps to save them from any bodily harm or any attacks from any party they are working against. So that is it. So So you can remain anonymous, Daniel, if you decide that, okay, I'm going to do this on my page rather than on my organizational page rather than on my public or my individual page, Youth Alliance for Development. Nobody knows it's me. But if I make a post on Charles Wundengba on Facebook, everybody knows that it's coming from me. So I think that is one way we could remain anonymous and not let people know us. Okay. Are there tools to shield you behind sniffing of your location and other forms of snooping? Yes. There are many apps. We call them VPNs. There are many VPNs that could shield you from people knowing where you are coming from or where you are having this chat from or where you are visiting your social media account from, because they could easily track you. So these VPNs, I think they are being sold online, and they are some of them quite expensive, but we have free versions. So you can use these free versions, the VPNs, to be able to hide behind this VPN, so that people who might want to track you may not know where you are coming from. Because what this VPN does is that you are in Ghana here, but my IP address, when I enter my IP address here, it is routed to, let's say, UK. Then there's another server there which routes it to US. There's another server there which routes it to Brazil. There's another server routes it to maybe Egypt. And then it is now sent to the Facebook service. So if someone wants to track you, it will, first of all, it will show that you are communicating from Egypt, not knowing that you are not even in Egypt, because the Egypt server is getting transmissions from Brazil, not knowing that even the Brazil server is getting transmission from US, the US server is getting transmission from UK, and the UK server is getting transmission from Ghana. So it becomes very difficult for people to track you online. So if you want to shield yourself, you need to use VPNs. And usually this incognito mode is not safe, because all that the incognito mode does is that it prevents your browser history from saving. For example, if I enter into a cognito mode, which is on Facebook, it's on Chrome, it is on Firefox, it is on Opera Mini. Some people call it the dark mode. Some people call it the blind mode, and a lot of names they have for it. What it does is that it just makes sure that whatever you enter, the moment you leave the page, all the information goes away. But even that, your your internet host, which is maybe MTN, Airtel, Tigo, maybe Vodafone, even them, they will know the sites you visited. Just that it will not save on your browser, but your host will know where you visited. So I don't think it's even more safer. But the VPNs are very safe. The VPNs, they help us to go to wherever page we want to go to without our location showing our actual locations there. And VPN, I think if you go online and search for VPNs, uh, they'll give you a lot of them. And you can even download one for your browser. You can download one for your browser. And the reason why I call it VPN is a virtual private network. It protects your network. It makes your network private so that other people cannot be sniffing around, trying to figure out where you are and those kind of things. So that is it. All right. So in digital campaigns, most contents are wordy. Are there other effective forms of content? Yes, I would say it's a US sometimes uses cartoons. Is Ghana ready? US uses cartoons, but my brother in Ghana, cartoons making is very difficult. I think Danny at City will admit to that because making cartoons, there's people who make them, they pay a lot of money. For you, when they can just hire somebody, a cartoonist, somebody who just needs to get the idea and then will just create something out. But here, even if a developer is developing a mobile app for you, they charge for like 9,000, 10,000, 12,000 Ghana cedis. How much more if they are going to create cartoons? For us, we can make use of images, catchy content, catchy images. If you are going to talk about deforestation, get a very nice picture of how the forest was before deforestation and how the land became after they cut down all the trees. Put these images side by side and post it on your wall, or add a content below it and then post it on your timeline. This alone sends a message. That alone sends a message. So we can use a lot of, he said it is more wordy. The words are too much. But you see, posts with images, they go far than posts without images. Let's observe that. Posts with images, people are first attracted by the image. They look at it and they read what is under. But if it is only text and it is very long, people might not want to read it. So that is it, Ferdinand. Any other question, please? So I've shared the PDF I was talking about. I've shared the PDF and I also shared the Facebook link I was talking about. All right. Any other question? Whether voice or you want to type, I'm ready. All right. Now, if you want to design content, if you want to design your content, maybe you are not too good with graphic designing and those stuff, but you want to design your own content. Some of us, for instance, I use Adobe Photoshop, but there are other online editing tools. We call them editing tools, where you can just use to edit pictures, edit text, write them yourself, add images to text or add text to images. All these are there. And if we try to find us some of, usually the popular ones we have that I was using even before I started learning how to use Adobe Photoshop was Pixlr app. Let me type it at the chat section for you. I'm going to type it at the chat section for you so that you can know how we can use that. So Pixlr is one tool that can help. If you go on Pixlr X, if you go on Play Store, this Pixlr app is there. You can just easily use it. And even Adobe, we have Adobe, an online version. It's not actually from the Adobe company itself, but it's good. You can also use it. And then we have the Canva, canva.com. You can go there or you can download their app too and then try to learn something there and see how your own skills can also go. So if we go online, I think some of these things, there are a lot of them. We have we have Pick Monkey, Bifunky Photo, Insta Size Photo Editor plus video, even Google Photos. They are all there. So I'm typing them at the comments, the chat section. So you can just go there and then pick which one you think you want to learn about, and then you can do so. All right. All right. So Kwame Andrews, he said, thank you very much for the presentation. This is very helpful. I have to go now to join other meeting. Bye to the next session. All right. Thank you very much, Kwame. Thank you very much, Kwame. We'll be ending the session too very soon. All right. So let's accept new questions and then or other questions, and then we also part ways. So Daniel.
Yeah. So we are so much grateful. This is an information where we've should I say lots of information that we put to use in our campaigns and our activism process, and we are so much grateful, ranging from creating content online, being conscious, ways in maintaining a balance. In fact, you go beyond. Okay, to us personally, I don't know, but the participants would share their thoughts. We take one from Ferdinand, what he has to say. Then we go to Mavis, Nilang. Ni, I've already had an issue with your with your surname, Lankwe or Lanke. I'm always confused. Then Stella, then Victoria. So, Ferdinand, do you have anything to say?
No, I don't have anything to say. It's just that I'm giving us a thumbs up for this meeting. I'm grateful I was able to join and then also learn one or two things. I'm grateful to you for putting this together. And then, our experts, Charles, we are grateful to you. And I also learned from the questions that were posed, during the chat session. So let's do more of this.
Right. Thank you so much, Ferdinand. We take one from Mavis.
Please, can you
Yes,
hear
please.
me?
Yes, please, we can.
Hello.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, please, we can. You can
So
hear.
I think the session has been been insightful because it has been for me an eye opener. A lot of the things like creating the pages or the campaigns and stuff like that, how to be secured and not to expose yourself so much. I think it's been helpful. So it's about going there to practice or to try my hands on whatever I have heard today and see how it goes. I'm sure if there's anything I think today's session has been good.
Right.
Yeah, that's all I have to say.
All right, thank you so much, Mavis. And okay, we take one from Ni. Yeah. So we take one from Ni.
Okay, so for me, I've learned a lot from this session. The questions that came from my colleagues too, and the answers. I think this section has been great. Actually, this is my second section because I've missed the other ones, but I've learned a lot from this one, and I would say that kudos to Charles. Yes, kudos to him. For the VPN side, I'm actually interested in that, so I'll try and get a VPN for what I would like to do maybe in the near future, the campaigns I would like to do in the near future. So thank you very much, Daniel and Charles. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Ni, and we're grateful. Stella.
Hi.
So I'm actually taking a course on social media, my favorite sessions so far, maybe because it falls into the work that I do. So Charles, I'm very much impressed with what you just did. So all the best to everyone.
All right. Thank you very much. Let me take one from Victoria.
Not much to say. Hearing from what I've gotten this morning, I think it's very, very helpful. Like, you know, how to campaign really on social media, the times to post, and also get to know your reach. I mean, we all sometimes are being bothered by people not liking our post, and you feel like your message hasn't reached anybody. But I mean, this is very great for us to, you know, have insight that it's not about the likes. I mean, sometimes it's about the shares and then being consistent with your messaging too. So thank you so much, Charles. And I think I like the bit of the apps for the video editing and all of that. Thank you. Overdone.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Victoria. So we've come to an end of the session. We hope there's more to share. This looks like an online course we've just picked up, and we need some certification. But just looking at the content we've had for today, and this session, his presentation. No, we weren't able to explore everything on his presentation, but there's a lot to learn on digital space, and I know every now and then we go through. So, and Charles has been been my team lead, social media on 350 G-Rock, and he has actually led me and taught me so much. So, my digital experience and all that comes from him. So actually, he's my godfather in social media. Yeah. So we are looking forward to other conversations, other discussions. We'll share his slides, his presentation. Actually, he manages website. He does other things, so including YouTube and vlogging. I said YouTube and vlogging, be it websites, be it social media, anything digital content. He's good to go. So also comes to the aspect of he didn't speak a little bit of the camera session, but actually he did teach me camera too. So, but we come to the camera session in a bit, maybe sometime later when we have another chance to have him on the platform. And just as we've taken the session through, we're hoping that you take the conversation even after we still continue the conversation even after the session here. So we're looking forward to that. And with your permission, Charles, I'd like to share your contact, your email, and your resource with the participants. Others couldn't join, but we would share the session for today with them via a link so they could watch the video. So they could also, if they have questions, they can forward them to you and all that. So please let's understand that this session has been recorded. So if you need it, we are working on it because it's a whole full session. So we've tried to edit a bit out and make it more presentable. So we apologize for the delay in the other sessions too. So Charles has sent the details and the email and all that. But most important, I don't know, the personal contact, we'd share them with you too. So we take notice of it and also make them available to you